Overseas, and Israel continues to pummel the Lebanese capital of Beirut with another day of deadly strikes hitting the city. Among those killed in the attacks is the spokesman for the Lebanese militant group Hezbollah. Here's our Middle East correspondent, Matthew Doran.
Beirut's been hit many times through the course of this conflict, but the IDF's focus on the city has intensified in the last week. Day after day, strikes hitting Beirut's southern suburbs in what the IDF claims are targeting Hezbollah facilities in what are now largely abandoned neighbourhoods. Following that pattern, evacuation orders were issued by the IDF for a number of buildings before the Israeli strikes hit. Leaving locals to comb through the rubble. An evacuation order wasn't issued for a strike in central Beirut shortly after, hitting a building in the Ras al-Naba neighbourhood, an area where many people who'd left the south in recent weeks had moved to. Hezbollah's spokesman, Mohammed Afif, reportedly killed in the strike. He's been the public face of the group, holding press conferences in Lebanon, explaining Hezbollah's rejection of certain conditions Israel is insisting be part of any ceasefire deal. The group continuing to launch rockets into Israel, one getting through the country's air defences and hitting a synagogue in the city of Haifa. And while ceasefire negotiations continue on Israel's northern front, there are renewed calls for greater scrutiny of the IDF's conduct on its southern front. Pope Francis now saying there needs to be an international investigation into whether Israel's conduct in Gaza constitutes a genocide against the Palestinian people. In Gaza's north, an Israeli airstrike on a residential building in Beit Lahia has killed dozens. Local authorities saying around 70 people were living in the building. Israel's intense siege of northern Gaza, which it insists is targeting Hamas militants, is now into its second month. The reported civilian death toll continues to rise, with serious fears starvation will soon hit the area if it hasn't already. Meanwhile, draft letters have been sent out to Israel's ultra-Orthodox community as the country tries to bolster its defence force ranks. 7,000 notices have been issued, with the country fighting wars on multiple fronts. It is a controversial move, considering that group had previously been exempt from national service, and it's also causing ructions within Benjamin Netanyahu's own government, with religious parties forming part of that coalition furious that this is going ahead.